Oh boy, I just overspent money. How did I do that? I sent money to the Philippines. After sending the money, I check what the exchange rates are. I'm going to show you how to compute the exchange rate. Stay with me. I had a vlog about this maybe a year ago, a while back, and I just want to share this information with you because there seemed to be new information coming in. I sent money to my bank account to fund it, to pay for my association dues at the condominium. Well, my funds are running low, and I'm about 2 years now, it's about 2 years since I left the Philippines. And I had to fund it to pay for my future condominium fees or association dues, so to speak. And after sending the money, I looked at what the various rates are. I'm still correct, except one beat the rate of TransferWise, now called Wise. So let me show you what I have, and I'll share with you the exchange rates. The top one now is Share Money, and followed by Wise. Again, that was formerly TransferWise. Now, to compute this, you only need two types of information. How much is the total cash you're paying out, and how much you are receiving. Now, I have a bank account in the Philippines, and the money is always going to my bank account. So that's a bank-to-bank transfer, so to speak, but it's not really bank-to-bank. It's TransferWise to bank. And by the way, you may use this method to fund yourself, have Social Security checks be deposited to your bank account in the United States, and then use TransferWise or RIA or Share Money to transfer money as you need it in the Philippines. Now, look at how much total you're paying. Money sent, fee, add the fee, and then total. You don't worry about how fee is being calculated or whatnot. All you want to know is how much money are you paying and how much money will you receive in the Philippines. Okay? Now, you divide one into the other. For example, let me show you. You divide 156,897 by the total cash that you paid, whether it's 3,000 and maybe the fee is buried here. For example, they may quote you a rate that is higher, but then when you pay 3,000, maybe they're deducting $5 or $10 out of it. So in effect, what you're sending is not 3,000, but only say 2,950. Multiplied by that high exchange rate that they're advertising, and you will come up with a different number in terms of money being received in the Philippines. So all you need to know is how much money you're spending and how much money you're receiving. Divide one into the other, and you get your exchange rate. The highest exchange rate today, this is as of today, bank to bank. Also, the exchange rate could vary depending on the amount you're sending. So I put $3,000, which is what I used to send when I was buying the condominium. And the exchange rate is 52.23 for Share Money. By the way, this Share Money was not available at that time. TransferWise or Wise, 5180. RIA, 5132. Western Union, 5103. I'm surprised because Western Union used to be down at the bottom, so they're now becoming competitive. Remitly, 5067. World Remit, 5002. Zoom. Although I like Zoom, because to my knowledge, none of this I'm able to send to the Philippines in dollars. Everything gets converted to pesos, which means they have an opportunity to cheat or to play with the exchange rate game and advertise a higher rate, depending on how you compute how much you're going to receive. Okay? But Zoom, I like for transferring dollars because I think the rate is only $4 up to a certain amount, let's say $3,000, $4 charge, and they don't play with the rate because there's nothing to play. You send 3,000, you receive 3,000 in the Philippines, assuming you have a US dollar account in the Philippines. But in sending pesos, that's when they have an opportunity to play with the exchange rate, and look, they're at the lowest, they're at the bottom. 49.99 is the exchange rate. So 2 days ago, I just sent money to the Philippines through Wise, and I did not realize share money is better. Now let's take a look. 52.23 I would have gotten if I sent it by share money. 51.80 by Wise, so the difference is 43 cents. I only sent $1,000, so multiply that by $1,000, that means 430 pesos. I overpaid by 430 pesos. Divided by, let's say, $50 per exchange rate, $8.60. So I could have saved myself $8.60. Okay, I know I'm being cheap, but why should I overspend money when all I have to do is to do this quick comparison and decide and save myself money? That's more retirement money as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, I overpaid a small amount. Of course, if I sent $3,000, I would have paid 3 times more that. Okay, so that could be a significant amount. Also, share money has a promotion. I think the first $500 you send, there will be no fees. So, or not fee, but it'll be a higher exchange rate than the balance of what you're sending over $500. Now, I have not used share money. I have used Wise, and I have much confidence in Wise. In fact, when I sent the money 2 days ago, I checked it after 5 or 10 minutes, and it was already in my bank account. So, just like that, electronically. In fact, Wise did not charge my bank here in the United States until the next day. But the money I sent was already posted at the BDO account the following day. I mean, 5 minutes later, it's already there. And I have used Wise. I endorse Wise. I have confidence in Wise. Guaranteed you will get your money. Share money I have not used yet. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I have not used yet. So how do you test it out? Well, if you're convinced, for example, that because you have to do this comparison depending on how much you're sending, because the numbers could be different. If you're only sending $500 or $200, it could be different. Because the fee could be, let's say, $3.99, regardless of whether you're sending $3,000 or $300. For $300 sent, if the fee is $3.99, that'll be much higher. So you have to compare it based, and like what I said, all you need to do is say, how much do I have to pay you for me to receive how much money in the Philippines? Then you divide, and you'll be able to do a comparison. And I did this in maybe 10 minutes. Took me 10 minutes because I was researching the internet to find out which transfer agencies are available. And this is the first time I heard of share money. I'm not saying they did not exist at that time or last 2 years, but this is the first time I have seen it. And share money beat Wise by a small amount. So I digressed. How do you test this out the first time you're sending? I will test it out with a small amount that you can afford to lose. Call it $50, $100, maybe even $25. Send it. See how quickly it gets there, or if it gets there. When you do that, you're also testing not only the sending by share money, but the receiving by your bank. Like what I said, it's better to do a bank transfer if you have an opportunity to open up an account, or if you already have an account at a Philippine bank. And if you open a US dollar account, you can also send dollars on Zoom. I don't think any of the foregoing transfer agencies do transfer dollars, only converted to pesos. Then if you're happy with, let's say you sent $50, okay, it got there. Okay, maybe I'll send $100. It got there. Okay, now you can go ahead and you have the confidence, and you can go ahead and send as much money you're comfortable with until you just automatically do it. For example, TransferWise, because I had prior experience, past 2 years I've been sending money regularly to pay for my condominium. And I just went ahead and sent a large amount to fund my account to pay for my condominium fees. So this is all I can share with you today, but this is the current highest rate is share money, followed by Wise. The least is Zoom in terms of sending pesos. In terms of sending dollars, you can use Zoom, and I think the fee is only $4. Remitly, I used Remitly before and it's pretty good too, but I'm surprised that they're now below Western Union. Western Union is better. And again, maybe it depends on the money being sent. And I'm not sending this money to the Philippines. I just used it as a criteria. In fact, Share Money has a maximum of 2,999.99 cents. I cannot put 3,000. And in the case of Remitly, the same thing. They have a limit of 2,999, so I cannot send a $3,000 limit. But that does not affect the effective exchange rate to any significant degree. Okay? So this is all I have to share with you. Please do share this with other people who you know are sending money to the Philippines. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. Again, like what I said, for example, Remitly, I was able to remit to a person by merely putting, if I recall correctly, just his email address, and this person can go to a bank, collect the money, or an outfit like Cebuana, and they can get the money. I haven't tested it on Wise or any other facility here, but it's always best if you have an opportunity. Obviously, if you're in the US and you have no bank account in the Philippines, you have no opportunity to open a bank account. But if you do, open up a bank account even with a small amount for purposes of remitting. So this is the best way to handle it. I make all my payments using my bank account, bill pay, I should say, of BDO, and it's very convenient. It's very convenient. And now that I have these automatic transfers from one bank account to another bank account, I opened several just so it could create an activity. Because if you have no activity over a period of 1 year, your account is going to be frozen and you cannot access it unless you have to go through the trouble of reactivating it. And if you have any questions, please do ask by asking me on the comment section down below. And do share this with others. I'll appreciate it if you click like on this video. And please subscribe to my channel unless you have already done so. This way you get notified of new postings. Thank you so much. Make it a great day, and God bless.